GTI.
We are back this week with a couple new videos for you.
First up, we got to know one of our new teachers, AJ Grimm.
My name is AJ Grimm, and I'm from Wisconsin State in the United States. I started teaching at TIU in the spring semester of 2020. Before teaching at TIU, I've taught at language institutes and universities in different parts of the world. In Spain, in the city of Cáceres, Extremadura. In Japan, living in Nakanoku in Tokyo. In the United States, Seattle, Washington, and also in Japan in Kanagawa. What do I like about TIU? I like my students. They give me a lot of joy, even when they're very tired or maybe very cheeky that day. I like my colleagues, who are extremely helpful, very welcoming. I like the opportunities here at the school for students. There are a lot of resources available, tons of resources for studying English, and I hope that students make the best use of it. What do I like to do in my free time? I like to read a lot. I like to write. I write a lot, and it's all very bad, but I love to do it. I like to exercise. I love to cook. I'm a terrible cook. Absolutely terrible, but I love to cook. I love to learn languages. I studied Spanish and Japanese. I love to travel. These days I travel with a friend penguin named Penguinichiro. My last class in Seattle, Washington gifted me this penguin, and so I promised them that wherever I go in the world, I would take this penguin with me and I would send them photos of our travels. I love to play guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was 15, many years. I mainly play classical guitar, but I also play improvisatory music, especially avant-garde music. I like to play video games once in a while to relieve some stress. Mainly though, my best stress reliever is to take walks. I love to take walks, and most of my good friends know how much I love to take walks. Mainly set a destination and find a new path every day. I love that. I also like to create memes for my students, helps keep them on their toes, keep me on my toes, and everyone laughing. For fun, I like to create fun hashtags on Instagram. Penguinichiro, for example. Or the Proustian Kitty Project, which is about Proust quotes and cats. Or the Pessoan Kitty Project, which is about Pessoa quotes and cats. Or the Joycean Kitty Project, which is about Joyce quotes and cats. As you can tell, I love cats, love dogs, but I especially love penguins.
Hey Andrew, do you have any plans for summer vacation?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Next up, phrase of the week. Okay, the phrase of the week this week is cross that bridge when we get to it. We use this phrase when we think of a possible problem or situation in the future, but we decide not to worry about it until it happens. So really it means we'll solve that problem when it happens, and it might not happen at all. Two common ways to use this are to say, let's cross that bridge when we get to it, or with a pronoun and will, like I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So you might hear something like, we're going on a long vacation across Europe, but we don't have any hotel reservations. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This means we'll find a hotel sometime in the future, but we're not worried about it now. Or also, it looks like I might run out of space in my apartment for my Pokemon collection, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So the next time you see a potential problem in the future, but you decide not to worry about it now, you can say, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. See you next time on Phrase of the Week. Andrew, I think you're muted.
Looks like we need to review some Zoom etiquette.
Hi everyone, I'm back with some tips for student success. Today I'd like to talk about etiquette in your online courses. When you attend class, even online, the classroom needs to be a quiet space so you can hear the instructor and your fellow students. If it's noisy, you will have a more difficult time focusing on the instructor, and it may also distract your fellow students. Remember, even though you are in your room, you are still attending class. So please make sure that you are dressed the same way that you would be dressed if you were going to campus. When you are attending class, please make sure that your face is visible on the screen. Just like in class, please be sure to have your materials handy. If you are going to be using a textbook or other materials in class, please make sure that you have them ready before class begins. If you experience internet trouble, please let your instructor know as soon as possible. Of course, these days with many people using the internet, there might be slow internet or you might experience a disconnection. Please return to the class as quickly as possible and let your instructor know what happened. Participating in online classes is a new experience for many of us here at TIU. With these tips, I hope that you can have a more successful and more enjoyable experience with your online Zoom classes.
That's all we have time for this week.
We'll be back in a couple weeks with some new videos for you.
See you next time.